You know, I've been thinking recently, and this might be my last video I ever recorded. I'm just kidding. What's going on, people? Today, I am going to be asking a couple questions. Also, that's a perfect spawn. So, my questions are, who made all the structures? Because it obviously wasn't you, the player, Steve. And the second thing, who is Steve? Now, there have been some other theories about this, and we all know the villagers probably made the village, but who made things like... Wait, what? Do golden nuggets usually spawn in these chests? I don't know. Anyway, like, who made things like the ruined portal? Also, here's a seed if you want it. Right there. This is an amazing spawn. Good for speedruns and stuff. Okay, anyway. We know the villagers didn't make everything. Because, I mean, like, look at this guy. He's not even running away. Like, are you stupid? Hello? Like, this guy's stupid. No way he can make anything, like, there's no way that he could make anything like a desert temple. If I had known that, I would have done that a long time ago. If I could just click this to teleport there. But there's no way a villager could create this. But who else could? I mean, they obviously wanted to protect their valuables, because if you go down here, there's a pressure plate that you should never land on because it leads to TNT. And inside, there's things like diamonds, gapple, sand, which isn't really useful, emeralds, bane of arthropods, more gapples, loyalty 3, more sand, and another gapple and emeralds. So obviously a villager couldn't have gotten all of this, right? So here's the theory that comes in. Now, I did not make up this theory. I simply found the theory from other people. The Game Theorist, that's a channel that I found it from. Yeah, they have very good theories. They made an entire series about this. This is only going to be one video, because I don't feel like doing this. But anyway, so there was an ancient civilization before us, the player. And I was thinking when I saw that theory, dude, that's ridiculous. That's the worst theory I've ever heard. So today, I'm going to try to create a new theory on how we were created and why we were created. Because, like, there's no way that we just pop in a world. So, what happened? Did something go wrong? Were the villagers not as they seem they are? No. That's not any of it. What it is only that you can think of. And Why would they need to make something like a stronghold? Like, hello. This thing? There's no way it was built by villagers. And there's also no way it was built by anything else. It wasn't built by the player. So who was it built by? Who were all the other structures built by? That's weird, zombie spawner inside of the thing, inside of the stronghold. Anyway, who was everything built by? And each stronghold is different, with different chests, different loot. Who made the discovery? That is the question I'm going to be answering today. Okay, let's get into it. So my theory is that the villagers and the pillagers used to live in harmony, and they stopped when the pillagers had a great idea to make something, an abomination. When they went into the Nether, they found something called soul sand. It scared them at first, but when they found the withers, they had a crazy idea to put 2 and 2 together. They tried going like this. Nothing. Tried doing that. Nothing. Still. But then they finally found out a way that works. If you were to put it like that. Or how most people build the wither. Like that. Because there's no way that they would have known it would cause all this destruction. And then the villagers decided to try to create something else out of the warped planks. They took the zombie head, cleaned it into a player head. They made a structure like this. And when they placed it on, that is how Steve became a thing. There's kind of a resemblance there. And another thing, what if these advanced villagers wanted to know more about the world? What if they explored, because they knew that there was something called a nether portal that could take you to a different dimension. So, what if you could make another portal? They took sand and crafting table, put it like that, and put an ender pearl in the middle, and it made what we know as the end portal frames. And they discovered that once placed down, they could not be broken. They thought they had made a big mistake, so when they found a way to destroy it, they did. They made one buried in the stronghold, never to be found. But Steve got curious. Steve wanted to know more. They found a way to enter the portal. When they did, disaster struck. Steve saw the real world in the end. And everyone else got curious, so they followed. That was a mistake on their part. Because soon, the Ender Dragon was born. They took the heads of the Endermen that lived there, and they built a body out of it so that they could stop the Wither. That's why if you summon a Wither in the end, it will fight the dragon, and the dragon will fight the Wither. But soon after defeating the Wither, the dragon turned on the advanced villagers. The dragon got hungry for power. The dragon turned the villagers into the Endermen we know today. And only by breaking the crystals made from the villagers' heads are you able to beat the dragon. 'Cause the villager got smarter and grew. Or not villager, the dragon. And that is why you always have to kill the dragon with overpowered gear. When the villagers tried to sleep in the end, however, nothing went too well. Explosions. They figured it was the only way to kill the dragon that they had created. And in doing so, would bring on a better world. But they couldn't do it because they were turned to Endermen. So, what did they do? They called upon good old Steve. He helped them out. They sent a letter. He didn't respond. He figured it was too late and they had already died. And that is why when you spawn to the game, you have one goal: to complete to kill the Ender Dragon. And that's why when you do it, my bad. That's why when you actually do kill the dragon, you get the achievement called Free the End. Because everybody, all the Endermen from the end, are trapped souls. Because they wanted to destroy the thing that they once created. And they paid for their mistake, per se. and the player, Steve, was too late to save them. But that explains how we came into life, not how the structures were made. I'm getting to that. The villagers found a way to teleport into different dimensions instead of just different places. And in turn, they teleported straight to the overworld to get help from their good friend Steve. They built the structures in hopes that the dragon would someday die to Steve and they would be freed. But the dragon wasn't killed in time. The villagers weren't saved in time. They were doomed to die. Some of them died. And when the villagers look at Steve as their Enderman form, they get angry when he looks them in the eye, because they know that if he had been a little faster, then they would be the better villagers. They would still be alive. Also, I said pillagers in the beginning. I meant to say the pillagers. So pretty much, they were the ones, you know how Ravagers look how they are? They reconstruct villagers. They help reconstruct the dragon and the wither. So it wasn't only the villagers' fault. They can't take all the blame. And that's why pillagers and villagers fight today, because they always blame each other for what happened to the end and their former people. Oh, it's gone. Now you might be thinking, Monday, this is crazy. There's no way that that's actually what happened. Well, my friend, it's just a theory. So keep listening. It gets better. Because after you kill the Ender Dragon, the villagers have already prepared you a place to sleep. Because they didn't know you could escape the end. They prepared you with a way to fly and try to find your way out, which is what we know as an Elytra today. And all the diamond loot we find in end cities, also from the dead villagers. The ones who tried everything. You guys. And they have double the hearts of humans, or Steve, for 2 reasons. First reason, I have no idea. But the second reason, okay, so pretty much the reason that Endermen have double amount of hearts is because the dragon didn't just turn the villagers and pillagers into Endermen. They made them double. And once you finally kill the dragon, you are rewarded with a way home. Back to the overworld, where the villagers couldn't get. But because they didn't think there was a way back, when you kill a dragon, they build you this portal, which takes you so you can find an end city, which, surprise, surprise, is built by the villagers and pillagers. But that was when they were in Enderman form. And iron golems were made similar to the way the Wither was. But they made iron golems first. And when the iron golems helped them, that's why they thought the what we now call Wither would also help them. Look, the city at the end of the game. That's the achievement. Which means we have all this loot that we could get. Seeds to start a new life. Armor to protect you. Also, somehow I put on and took off Cursive Binding in creative. And they're called end cities because they're built in the end from Endermen. Nobody knows where they came from or why they're there. And if it were up to me, I'd say that shulkers are leftover heads of the ancient people, of the ancient villagers, trapped inside of a shulker box. Because the villagers blamed the pillagers, so these are the heads of the pillagers, the ancient ones, not the normal ones. They also have the ability to teleport, but they have the ability to also shoot you and make you levitate. And that is why I think that But hey, that is all just a big theory of how this world came to be. How we know it so well. How this game we know so well came to be. And they probably found out that sleeping doesn't let you survive the night if you don't sleep too often because of the phantoms. Now, if you pay attention, Elytra can be repaired with phantom membranes. Coincidence? Probably, but I think not. The Elytra was made from humans who deceased, or players, technically. And then phantoms, their wings. That's why you use their membrane to repair them. They were made from phantoms. And if you sit through the text instead of getting through it, then you can see that the ones who died instead of turning into Endermen are talking to each other. But that's just a theory, you know? You can think what you think. You can go look at someone else's theory, even though it's probably terrible. I mean, what? Anyway. Well, guys, have a great Monday. TV. Think about what I said, though. So the next time you go into a structure and find good loot, you have people to thank. The villagers of the present, past, and you are the future. And with that, I will leave you a good day. Thank you. And peace out.